friends, it's Lacie here today, and I'm going to be talking about what I'll be growing in my herb garden. I've narrowed it down to 3 groups of types of plants that I want to grow in my garden area. One being herbs. I want to grow lots of herbs, culinary and medicinal. 2 is flowers, mainly edible flowers and medicinal flowers. I want to grow those. And then 3 are vegetables. And I know we'll have a lot of vegetables growing out in our market garden, but I would like to have an area to grow maybe the little stranger varieties that not everybody sees. I like different things. I don't like all the tomatoes to be red, or every cucumber to be green, or I just like differences. So it's what makes the world go round. As far as the herbs go, I have a lot of seeds. Well, I have a lot of seeds in general because, let me tell you, when we were at Baker Creek, they hooked me up with seeds and just let me go through the store. And it was like being a kid in a candy store, because I had never been able to do that. And there were so many things that I wanted to try that I haven't had the funds to purchase. It was really awesome being able to walk through there and see all the amazing seeds that they have, and being able to pick them out myself. So I want to share with you some of the stuff that I got that I'm excited about growing. So on the herb front, look at this. I mean, this is the whole handful, but I don't even think this is all of them that I want to grow. So there's lemon balm and valerian and mullein and tansy and dandelion and coriander. I think I have a lemon coriander too, which I thought was really awesome. And coriander is cilantro. Coriander is actually the seed pods. When it goes to seed, you just let those dry off, or you let those dry out, and then you use those seeds in your cooking. This was the one that I really wanted to try, and it's called the toothache plant. And they call it that because you can pull a piece off and chew it up, and it'll make your mouth go numb in that spot. So I thought that would be really neat to try. And oh, yarrow, which is a wonderful herb to use for healing, and I really want to grow this so I can add it to my infused oils and do some herbal salves. Because I really love making herbal salves, and I love using plants as your medicine, and that's what we've done for thousands of years, and we've gotten so far away from that. I want to get back to that. And one thing I found really interesting, I told you the other day that I grew up around my grandparents living next door, my mom's parents, and they were born in the 20s. And my grandfather had a big garden, and I always had fresh food from the garden, but he necessarily wouldn't let us help him. He was one of those really controlling about his garden. But and I didn't realize this until later on, that after I was already grown, and after he died, we went through the books at his house. And I had never noticed before, because they were kind of tucked away in another room, that he was way ahead of the game. My grandfather had books on organic gardening way before it was ever a big deal. And I'll show you an example. These books right here. So, and my grandparents had books on herbal healing and all, but the Rodale herb book, they had this, and Lee Lord Cordell's Natural Folk Remedies. And whenever we went through there, I kept these books, and just because I thought, well, how interesting is that he never talked about that whenever I was younger, but you know, later on I'm like picking all this stuff back up. Especially like after massage school and wanting to go more all natural in my life and my family's life. So I got to flipping through these books, and there are lots of recipes on how to use different herbs for different things. I mean, salad dressings and things like that. But it's herbs that I didn't grow up using. So I'm excited to grow these herbs and then use them either for culinary uses or medicinal uses. So that was interesting. That learning after my grandfather died that we actually had something in common. So maybe that's just part of him being part of me. I thought that was neat. Oh, I'm also making sure I'm growing dandelion and stinging nettle. Stinging nettle normally grows wild around here, but there are no patches close to our house that I know of. So I also have my stinging nettle, and I think it grows in the wooded area, shaded area, so I'm going to make a patch out in our woods away from everybody. And then I'm also going to grow dandelion. And if you didn't know, dandelion is really, really good for you. You can use the leaves in your salad, especially the nice tender early leaves. You can use those in salads. And dandelion root has a lot of medicinal properties. If y'all would like to know more about different herbs, just let me know, and maybe I can do 1 or 2 herbs per video and kind of go over their medicinal properties and how to use them. And if you want to know about that, then just let me know down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to do that. I am by no means an herbalist, but I love to learn more about herbs and how to use them, and we can learn together. So if you want more information like that, then just let me know. The next group that I'm growing in my area are edible flowers and medicinal flowers. So I did not know this, but hollyhocks are edible. I learned that recently. Another one are cosmos. I think those are so pretty. I'm in love with all these flowers. I want to grow all the flowers, but I really don't have the space to grow everything that I want to grow, but I'm gonna try. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'm gonna do my best to grow as many as I can. Dahlias. Mike already has some dahlias growing because, well, we know that they're edible, and from our other video we did while we were at Baker Creek, and Mike said they were really good. And so a restaurant that we are already growing for, they're interested in having edible flowers. So we're definitely gonna be growing some dahlias. And marigolds, we grew those last year, and the kind that we grew really didn't have a lot of flavor to them, which was fine, because whenever we talked about eating those, we had a lot of comments about they couldn't imagine eating marigolds and how bad they taste. So I think from variety to variety that they're gonna have a different flavor. But the ones that we grew did not have a strong flavor, so I was thankful for that. Another one that I'm gonna grow are nasturtiums. Now this one is called a Yeti nasturtium. I just want to grow that one just for fun. And then I have some other different nasturtiums that are all different colors, and I thought those were so pretty. And how pretty would they be in a salad? To add that peppery flavor to a salad I really enjoy it. Another flower that I'm growing for medicinal purposes is calendula, and there are like all different kinds, and I just want to grow as many varieties as I can. Calendula is great as a skin healer. You can infuse the calendula flowers into an oil and then make a salve out of that, and it is really good for skin healing. So calendula and comfrey, which I already am in love with comfrey and have a pretty good stand of comfrey plants. This is just going to add another layer to my salves that I like to make. My third group is vegetables, or you could call them fruits too. But one thing I really like is just different types of vegetables. And when I say that, I mean different varieties that look different, that have an interesting look to them. So one of those is the tomatoes, and especially Brad's Atomic tomatoes. I know a lot of people have grown them already, but I haven't, and I want to grow some of those. and I just kind of went wild with getting seeds for cherry tomatoes, and I don't know if I have room for all of them, but I'm gonna make an effort. I mean, a lucky tiger, look at the stripes that are on there. Other ones were yellow gooseberry. I thought those look neat. And Galapagos wild. I've heard they're very, very prolific. And my kids, sometimes they won't eat big tomatoes. And I was like this as a child. I did not like tomatoes unless it was a tomato or grape tomato, something small I could just pop in my mouth. I don't know why I did not like large tomatoes or slicers, but I didn't. And it wasn't until I got older that I actually liked larger tomatoes. So maybe it's just part of my childhood. I want to go back and grow all the little cool small tomatoes. So I want to do some of those. Another tomato that I want to grow because it's really, really kind of off the wall is a white tomato. I mean, that looks really cool. Nobody would expect a white tomato, but here it is. So I'm going to try it out. To go with my white tomato, I'm also going to grow a black beauty tomato. I mean, that's gorgeous too. And then also, my grandmother, my dad's mom, she used to make these hot pickles, and they were made out of white cucumbers that her cousin would grow from her. And I remember taking trips over to his house to go pick up cucumbers so she could make them in the summertime. And she made them hot. They were spicy pickles, but we loved them. A jar would not stay for very long. If they were open, they were gone. So I got a miniature white cucumber. I want to try and grow those and maybe make me some pickles this summer. So I'm looking forward to that. Another one that I thought was really cool, they say it tastes kind of cucumbery, but it's actually a melon, is the, it's a dark green serpent melon. So I want to try those. I want to do an Armenian cucumber. And these looked really neat. They are a cucumber, a lemon cucumber, or cucumber lemon, but they're really an interesting shape. There's all kinds of stuff that I want to grow that I just don't have the space for, but like I said, I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll throw some greens in there too. I'm just really excited about getting started and having a space that's just for the things that I would like to grow. On top of those three groups, there's all kinds of flowers that I want to grow, and one of my favorites to grow are zinnias. And I have tons of zinnia seeds of different kinds, and I think they are beautiful. So I'm going to try and grow, look, this one's a polar bear, a white one. I thought that was cool. I've grown zinnias in the past, and it's just a lot of fun to grow with the kids, and they really like them. And it's wonderful to see all the bees and the little hummingbirds around that love all the different flowers. So not only zinnias, but I have a lot of different flowers. I may have to actually make me a whole nother bed somewhere else to put those in, but I really want to do it because you know, there's just something about seeing flowers bloom and being able to enjoy them. Like I said before, I am on a journey to learn more about herbs and how to use them in my everyday life that I can improve my health and the health of my family. And if you're interested in that too, please let me know. Like I said, let me know in the comments below. Would you like to learn about maybe one herb a week or 2 a month or something like that that we can learn together? And like I said, I'm not an herbalist. I would love to be an herbalist one day, but that's just not in the cards right now. But if you want to learn along with me and how to do herbal vinegars and tinctures and decoctions and more infusions and more herbal salves, and you know, the list just goes on and on of what I want to learn. So if you want to learn along with me, just let me know and I'll make more videos about how to make, you know, herbal remedies for your family. Well, that's what I'm growing this year. What are you growing? Let me know. Let me know. Is there any interesting herb or flower or fruit that you're growing that you haven't grown before? Or maybe you have. Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear stuff like that. That's all I have for this time. So, as Mike always says, grow on.